Alright, today's tutorial is about assignment number 6 in the digital photography or the multimedia class in Insight Schools. And first of all, let me tell you that it's worth more than 6 points. It's actually worth 30 points. If you look in your grade book, it's worth 30 points. And if you look at the project grade rubric that I have up right now, it mentions that it's only worth 3 points for this part and 3 points for the second file, but it's actually worth 30. So take that times about 5 and how many points it's going to be worth. Here's the rubric that says down here that the comic must contain a background image, a foreground image that has been combined. The foreground image has removed from its original background. The foreground image has moved and scaled as needed to a new background. Also, the comic includes a talk bubble or a circle that is a point that points to the foreground image character. It also needs to have a talk bubble that contains text and fits the inside wall. Now, the second one, if you look at it, is just like that, but you need to turn in 2. Again, 2 assignments for project 6. Most of your projects are that way. This one happens to be a single panel comic. Complete the instructions that are below and turn that in. So let's get started. In GIMP, you're going to want to go to your project resource folders. So if we go, mine happens to be on a free agent drive under profiles, then my name as it comes up. Hopefully it's going to be here. Yeah, Mr. Ranking. GIMP resources, project 6. And you can find your different pictures in there. I'm just going to pick this one for starters. That's a good background. Then I'm going to also open another one for my foreground image. And if you want to see the previews, that's what's going to come up in this little button as soon as it gets it. On this one, I would like to have like a person or something that I can cut out and put in there. And I'm thinking maybe project or image 5. Is what I'm going to use. Yeah, let's just use this gal here. She'll be pretty simple to cut out. So to cut, I'm going to basically cut her, paste her into this picture, and then add a talk bubble. So to cut her out, what might be the easiest way is to use the magic wand select tool, or the fuzzy select tool. And right now I've selected all the white around her. Easy for me to just do the select inverse now, or invert it, and now I have just her selected. So I can Control C, I hit the Control button plus C, and then I'm going to click on this one and Control V. Now she's pasted in there, but she's way too big, right? I could leave her that big. Remember, the directions say that you need to change the scale of it, but I can also change her scale and make her a little bit smaller as well. I could use the scale tool and take her down in size, clicking on the corner and dragging her to a smaller size. I'm going to go with something like that and put her like up here. And I'm going to lock that in. To get your floating layer, hit your anchor key. And now I've got her locked in at this spot on that background. I don't necessarily want to lock her to the background, so I'm going to undo that. So if I go to my history, I want to make her actually a separate background. So I'm going to do show my history, bring that window up, and back up to where I have 2 layers up here. Then I can go ahead and create a new layer and just leave it blank, leave her on that pasted layer like so. And she's anchored to that. So now I have a background layer, which is separate from the foreground layer. So if you make that mistake like I just did, or if you happen to do it that way and want to back it up, just easily you can back it up. I'm going to put her in like that. She's going to be fairly large. Now, to make your caption bubbles, I would make a new layer as well. So go ahead and start with a new layer. And you might even call it caption. We're going to say OK. And then that, I'm going to take my ellipse tool and create a oval. Then I'm going to take the path tool while it's still there and create a little mark that comes to her mouth. Like this. I clicked, clicked, and clicked. Now, before you do anything else, make that, hit the Shift key and hit the selection from path. See how that incorporated it? The Shift key will make it add to the current selection. So now we have that entire thing selected. Since I'm still on this layer, I'm going to go ahead and paint that in, and I'm going to make it white. A lot of times caption bubbles are white. I'm going to fill that in. So now we've easily got a caption coming right from her mouth. And next thing is to decide what you want to put in for your caption. When you've decided what you want to put in for your caption, one of the first things you might want to do is make sure that your foreground layer is text or is black. Because in your color for your text, if you click on the text tool, is also black or a darker color. You definitely don't want white on white. So right now my color for my text is black. I happen to have sans serif, which is fine. The font size over here is 24, and I'm going to go ahead and type in my text. And just like the old got milk sign, I'm going to put in got water. I'm going to close that, and I have to drag it out because the box was so small that I need to drag it out in size. Now, if you want to change the size of your font, go back to it, and you can run your arrows up over here. See how that's getting bigger? As I click that, I want to have it just, something like that. Then I can close that. I can actually move it. That's my caption tool. If I move to that, I want to move my water, got water, to right there. So that's what's required in the assignment, is to cut a picture, paste it in, change the scale of it, add a caption bubble, add text, and then you're pretty much finished with this assignment. If you don't want to see your selection, go select none. If I click on another layer, it gets rid of that selection tool as well. Turn this in, send it to me for a assignment number 6, and remember, you need to do 2 of these, not just 1.